Wait for my. So in the table, I told you about how to do a sum count and average and updating a pivot timeline and slicer, correct? Now I will tell you about pivot table report connection. Report connection in the sense here a slicer and timeline we can connect multiple pivot table, that is called report connection. So this is the data what I have. I will go and insert the pivot table, go for the insert, then pivot table. So I want to add pivot table in existing worksheet already. I have a report connection. I want to insert a pivot table there only. So what we have to do, we have to select existing worksheet, then we have to give a location here. Just we need to activate report connection worksheet, then we have to give a path, give okay. Then here pivot table is created. What I will do is product, I will drag and drop in a row, customer, again I will take in a row only. Quarter one details I will put in a value field. This is a pivot table what I created. Okay, so now what I will do is I will select the whole pivot table, then I will copy this, then we'll paste it here. Here pivot table also be able to copy and paste. Now I will remove this quarter one here. Instead of that taking quarter one details, I will take a 2, then here 3, then go right, and this is 4. Understood this? Just I created a 4 different pivot table based on the quarter wise. Muthu, can you hear me? Hello. Yeah. Now what I will do is I will insert a chart. What? Hello. It's a lagging. I guess your internet is not stable. Working, but it's a lagging. It's a taking time to reach my voice to you. Okay. Anyhow, let it be. Now, this pivot table, I will insert chart on each pivot table. I will insert chart on each pivot table. This is a chart for first pivot table. Then I will insert a chart on this also. When you're inserting a chart, be on a pivot table first. On which pivot table, on what pivot table we are creating a chart, we should be on that pivot table first. This is a chart for the second table. Then I will insert a chart on this also. Insert chart for this. This is a chart for this. Insert chart. I'm creating on this now. Here I created a 4 different charts for each pivot table. So if you want to give a filter, we have to apply the slicer for this, correct? So what I will do, be on a pivot table, analyze, then I will insert a slicer on this pivot table based on a product and customers. Just give okay here. Now that slicer is a created, but when I'm inserting the slicers, I was in this pivot table, main first pivot table. I will do color changes here just for 2 changes. Okay. Now when I click on the product, it will affecting that only with the first pivot table, correct? It affecting only on a first pivot table. So what I will do is, if I don't know how to connect this slicer and a timeline with the other pivot table, so we have to insert for every table we have to insert again two slicers. That's not because we have same product and customers in both. we can connect these two slicers with the remaining pivot table. So how we can do is right click on the pivot table, report connection. Then I have to, it's a, this slicer is connected only with the pivot table one. This is a pivot table one. So what we have to do is we have to connect with the remaining pivot table also. That is pivot table 2, 3, and 4. Here about the name. You can go with a seat name. Report connection. I have a 4 different pivot table. That is a 1 pivot table 2, 3, 4. Connect with these all. Check these all boxes. Just give OK. Now that slicer is connected with the remaining pivot table also. Then when you're clicking on this, so it's a affecting product is connecting but not a customer. So again we have to do the same thing for the customer slicers also. Right click on a slicer, report connection, connect with the remaining pivot tables, just give OK. So now we can use a slicer like this. Understood? It's called a report connection. Is it clear? Okay. Then if, yeah, let me finish. Now if I want to add a column to the pivot table, I want to add an extra column or a calculation. If I want to give to the pivot table, I want to give the total field here. But when you're creating a total and you're using that calculation, the pivot table will not consider this is a pivot table field. That is the extra thing. So if I want to add any calculated field to the pivot table, we have to use a calculated field. How we can do that? So analyze. Here you can see field, item, and a set option. In that, we have to go with the calculated field. Just what I will do is I want to give a title name here, the field name, header name, total I will give. Then here we have to use a formula to give. So first quarter, then insert field plus second insert field plus three insert field again plus then four insert field. Just give OK. That column will be added here. If you want to add a column to the pivot table, we have to use a calculated field option. Understood? Understood? Okay. Yeah, sure. Now this is about a pivot table. More on this pivot table, if I want to create, see, right click option. Here we have a format cell. If I want to change any format with other format, then currency, number, accounting, date and time, you can change that format also here. Or else a right click, a filter option you will get, or a sort A to Z or Z to A, you know that. Then a filter, keep only selected item. Only selected items only will get filter when you're selecting that option. Then right click, filter. In that filter option, hide select items, or I will go the top 10 items. Top 10 items when you're selecting based on what you are creating a top 10 based on my total sum of total. Give OK. Now here it's a created only the top 10. If you want to see only the top 10, we have to collapse the entire field. Collapse the entire field and only you can see only the top 10 products here. Again, if you want to expand it, right click, expand and collapse, expand entire field. Again, you can see all fields at a time. Understood? Okay. This is about a pivot table. This is more than enough to learn in a pivot table. That's fine. Here it's a done. Now, what all the topics is remaining to you, Muthu? Okay. One second. I will take your file launches and And or not yet done, right? Okay. If find or, yeah. And or only, right? Okay. See Muthu here, and then or function. So when you're using if condition, we able to check in a one column. Condition we can only check in a one column, or else we have to use a nested if. Here, and definition. What and will give? C. Checks whether all arguments are true and returns true if all arguments are true. When all arguments are true or all logical texts are true, then only I will give a true result. See, in this column I'm looking for 1, and even C column I'm looking for 1, D column should be 1. 1 should be there in 3 columns, then only and will give a true. If any one condition is false, then AND will be giving a false. If you are giving 100 logicals in AND condition, logical 1, logical 2, logical 3, you can go till 100 or more than that also. But in that condition, if any one logic is not correct, AND will be giving you false only. All conditions are correct, then only AND will give true. Understood? Then here or is a optional, either this is equals to 1 or this equals to 1 or this equals to 1. When we have 1 in all cell, or will give a true. Now I will make it change here, yet it's a giving true because two conditions are correct. Again I will change this, yet it's a giving true because one conditions are correct, one logical is giving true. When all logicals are false, then only or will give a false. And is a compulsory, all conditions are true, then only it will give true. Or is, if any one conditions are correct, it will be giving true. When all logicals are false, then only it will give true. Or function. Understood this? Then I will go with the example here, some scenario on this and or function. First, I'm looking for or be female, and here I have a data with, I think your internet is not stable. No, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah. So here it's lagging here. Okay, lagging means I'm unable to reach my voice to you because your internet is not speed, I guess. Can you hear me? Yeah. Then now, and with the or condition, here I have a skills and education, gender and experience of that candidate. Now I have to calling the interview for accounts. Here for accounts candidate I am hiring for, they will give you some condition here. The candidate should be from Tally background, candidate from BCom qualification BCom, then male candidate lesser than 2 years of experience. Here what I have to do, we have to use a and or function. What function we have to use here to do this? Which function can we use here, Muttu? If is not required here, I am telling about only and or function. Muttu, do one thing. Disconnect and connect the session again. Connect the session again one more time. Do it fast. Can you hear me? Yes, fine. So now here I'm what I have to check here. I have to check a tally because they given condition like tally, BCom, male candidate, and a lesser than 2 years of experience. Here we have to use the AND condition. First logic in the A column in a skills I am looking for what? I am looking for a tally. Then logical 2 in education I am looking for BCom. Then logical 3 here I am looking for male candidate. Then in experience lesser than 2 years of experience. Then enter, then drag into the down. Control D. Okay, where you get a true that all conditions met. Tally, become male candidate, and lesser than 2 means here 1. That's why it's a giving true. Now, all checking all condition with the and. Now it's a giving a true or false result. In place of true, we want to display as a accounts. In place of false, we want to display as a hyphen. Here now we have to use a if condition at the end. If this is giving true, what I need to display, I want to give as a accounts, or else just I want to give a hyphen here in the place of false. At last we have to use a if condition. Understood? If is just to display the output in place of true and false. Then drag this formula where that condition met you will get as a accounts. Now the second condition is I want to hire I want to call for the interview for the data analyst role. The candidate should have a VBA or Excel skill. They should know VBA or Excel. Then BE in a qualification, female, and a greater than 4 years of experience. Here we have to use a AND with a OR combination. We have to start with AND because that is a compulsory condition. Can you hear me, Muttu? Then or I have to use at the beginning because we have a two option whether VBA or Excel. So in scale, I have to check for a VBA. Again, we have to select the same cell and have to check Excel. Okay. Here we have to close the OR bracket. Manually, we have to close the OR bracket here. Now AND will be continue. Then BE along with the VBA or SQL, I have to check for a VBA. That's why AND will be continued here. This is BE. Then logical 3, gender, I'm looking for female. Then in experience, greater than 4 years of experience. Enter. Then drag this formula to the down. Now you can see the result where it getting true. That condition is met. In the true place, I want to display as a data analyst. So I will go with using if condition. If this is giving true, need to display as a data analyst, or else hyphen we have to give. Okay, then now MIS, Management Information System. The candidate should be from Excel or SQL, BCom or a MBA in a education, and male lesser than or equals to 5 years of experience. So we have to start from IN compulsory, then or because we have a two option there, SQL or Excel. So I'm looking for Excel. Again the same cell, SQL. Then close the OR bracket here, then comma. Again we have a two option, BCom or MBA. Use a OR again. This equals to BCom, or the same cell is equals to MBA. Then close the bracket of OR again and we'll continue here. Then here I'm looking for a male candidate. Then this experience should be lesser or equals to 5 years of experience. Then drag this formula to the down. Now where you're getting result, there you will get a true or false. In the place of true, need to display MIS. So use a if condition, go to the end, MIS in the place of true, and in place of false, just a hyphen. Understood? And now developer level are hiring the candidate for the developer, SQL or a VBA, BE candidate, then male, 3 to 5 years of experience. So here we should start with the INT, then OR because we have SQL or VBA. I'm checking for SQL or the cell, either it may be from VBA. Close the bracket of this, then BE, this should be BE, and this is a male. Then 3 to 5 years of experience means we can't hold it on or. We have should use ein because the candidate should be greater or equals to 3 and a candidate should be lesser or equals to 5. Two conditions should be clear, fulfilled. That's why we have to use it in a eind. Understood? Then enter, enter, then drag this to the down. Control D. This is how we use if and or function. Now I will use a if to display the output. If this is giving true, need to display as a developer or else hyphen. Understood, Muthu? This is a and or combination. Now I will go with a one more example on this. Here, Aadhaar, PAN card, and ID. These are the documents, correct? Here, yes is called that document have with the candidate. N is called no. N in the sense no. Yes, Y in the sense yes. N in the sense no. First, what I have to check is who have three documents compulsory. Just I want to check the one candidate who have all documents with him. Just I need to give a true result. All documents is compulsory. Three documents is a compulsory. What formula we have to use here? We have to use a or and. Yes, here we have to use a and because here what I have to check? I have to check for y. Then here y. Then here y. Why we have to check in all should be y. Then only it will give a true where all conditions are correct. Then second is two documents is required. In that two, other is a compulsory. Two documents is required, other is a compulsory means first we have to start with the and. What is a compulsory? Aadhaar. Aadhaar should be S, then or, because either PAN card is equals to S or ID is equals to S. Understood this? Aadhaar is a compulsory, we have to hold it in a and, then or. Then drag this formula to the down. Now any two. You can receive any two documents means think you have a three documents with you, right? Correct? If I tell you to set any two you can give means you can give Aadhaar with a PAN card. This is one possibility. Or we can give a PAN card with the ID. Second possibility, ID with the Aadhaar. This is a third possibility. So here we have to start a or first, then and this equals to S or this equals to S. This is my first possibility. Again, close bracket, then use a and again. PAN card is equals to S or ID is equals to S. This is the second possibility. Then again and ID is equals to S or Aadhaar is equals to S. This is my third possibility here. Okay, understood. Any one condition met in these three or will give a true or false result. Understood? Yes, this is and or condition with a if combination. Now, this rank and is formula done or not? This rank and then is formulas. Okay, then okay, fine. Yeah, which one? This is a practice. These all things. That is a enough. Just you can create a. I will send you this file. You can practice these things. Okay. Okay. Yes, all completed here. Why you want to don't want to take a VBA? You told me that you want to take a VBA, right? Hmm. Okay. Okay. This weekend I'm starting the course batch for the VBA. Okay. This weekend, Saturday. If you're okay, if you're interested, then you can join with the session. Okay. Huh? Yes, yes. You can attend practice properly and start to attend the interview. So right now we not have any. We are not getting. Update your resume for in a Naukri.com. Okay. 15 to 20. If you are perfect with advanced Excel, VPA is easy. 1 month. 1 month it will take. Yes. Yes. I sent the file. Just you can practice. Okay. And let me know. Let me know when you want to see if you want to start a VBA course. Okay. Sure, Muthu. Then see you. Bye bye.